Hello and welcome to the first trading recap of 2025. We are 8 days in, and so far from the 20 trades that we have had in our Discord group, we have had 18 hit TP. Unbelievable start of the year. I am over the moon. So there's a few different strategies that I have been using to hit these 20 trades, but one that stood out to me for a few reasons. First of all is the versatility. I'm going to show you 4 pairs that I've been using to trade with this strategy, and I've been very successful. I've been teaching all the guys in my Discord this exact strategy, and we've been having some really good success. It's as simple as learning 3 key concepts and being able to go to a couple of different time frames. If you can do them things, you can be profitable. Simple as that. I've traded on indices, I've traded on commodities, I've done Forex pairs. It works on so many different things. I have back tested it and this shit works. So I'm going to show you 4 examples of the trades that I've taken so far this year across a few different currency pairs. Let's get into it. So the first example that I'm going to have a look at is USD CHF, so US dollar against the Swiss franc. And as we can see here, we'll start off on the 15-minute time frame. Now what we're looking for here is a couple of things. First thing that we're looking for is a break of structure, and the second thing we're looking for is a fair value gap. If you see my earlier YouTube videos, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. What we have here is the break of structure. We can see that clear as day, and you can also see by these purple areas they are fair value gaps. So at this point, when we've had 2 fair value gaps that have been formed on the break of structure, what I'm now going to do is hop into a lower time frame. So I've started at the 15, I'm going to go down to either the 5 or the 1, and what I'm looking for is an inverted fair value gap. That is the third thing that you're going to be able to need to identify. So these aren't crazy concepts. Break of structure, fair value gap, and an inverted fair value gap. This is not rocket science by any means. You can see here, price revisits the zone. We'll have an inverted fair value gap that's been formed. If anyone's unsure on what that means, it's simply when a bearish fair value gap, in this example, has been disrespected and the bullish candle closes above it. So we take the entry from the start of this candle, and as you can see here, the 1.98 trade. The stop loss I've placed at the low. In the TP, all I've done is aim for some sort of liquidity. So in this example, I'll be aiming for this high at this top here. We could have went higher, but a 1.9 trade, you can't really go wrong. Happy days. Example number 2, in a very similar way, we are on the 15-minute time frame looking at Euro USD. Very nice pair because it's so solid, but it does move. So what we'll have, break of structure, fair value gap, clear as day, you can't miss it. These are 2 unbelievably simple concepts. You don't need to be master traders to identify these. There's actually some indicators that you can use that's going to tell you clearly where the break of structures are, so that can even take away from one of the things that you need to be able to do. As in here, price touches in here, we'll get an inverted fair value gap from the yellow. We'll then take an entry from the candle close, and after some deliberation, what we do get is a beautiful 4.59 trade. Absolute peach. If you're able to get these sort of trades on a funded account, you're going to be doing some serious numbers. Let's say, for example, you've got a $100,000 account, you're risking 1% per trade, you're doing a 4.59, that's 4.59k USD that you're making. So, if you've got to make 10% to pass your funded, do a couple of these and a couple of scalping trades, you've passed it already. That's how powerful this strategy can be, because it works so frequently and you're not having to risk so much. You're risking 1% of your account. That's not abnormal, that's pretty standard. So we'll hop on to NQ, and this is the only one which is slightly different, okay? So what I'd want to do is at 9:30 Eastern time or 2:30 UK time, what I would do is I'm going to mark out the 10 AM line or the 3 PM line. Well, on the 15-minute time frame again, and what we're looking for is between 9:30 and 10, we are looking for a fair value gap to have been formed. I've already made a video on this, so you haven't seen that video, definitely go and watch it. It's some serious sauce. You get a thin slither, that blue line, which is a fair value gap. You can see that clear as day. What we'll then do, very similarly, is when price revisits this on the 1 minute or the 5 minute, all we're going to do is look for an inverted fair value gap. Like I say, nothing too crazy. What we don't do is enter straight away. What we'll do is wait for a fair value gap to have been formed, and then we'll wait for a disrespect of said fair value gap. As we've done here, the purple area shows the inverted fair value gap. When the candle closes, we take an entry, and again, after a little bit of time, we reach TP. I had my partial set at this level, 1.84, and then the full trade, 2.62. What I did was aim for an area of liquidity on a higher time frame. All I had to do was look back, and I try to find what price is surging towards. Obviously, this goes hand in hand with working out your daily bias. So working out you've got a bullish daily bias, you work out that you've got a fair value gap between 9:30 and 10. That was also bullish. price revisits the zone, inverted fair value gap, all the stars align, happy days, you win the trade. The last one is gold USD. This is one of the trades that I put into the signal group. Like I said, 20 trades, 18 wins. We've been on absolute fire. Now, there's nothing particularly different about this. I went on the 15-minute time frame again. I've waited for inverted fair value gap again. This shit just works really often. I'm not doing anything special in these trades. I'm not leaving something out that is key. I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm putting the stop losses in the exact same place. I'm putting the TPs at the at a level of liquidity. I'm waiting on 3 things to form, and then I take an entry. There's nothing else. There's no subjectiveness that goes into these trades. It's as simple as looking for these 3 things and then taking an entry. That's what's so good about it. You can leave your psychology at home. So this is basically the main strategy that I've been teaching right now in our group, because it works so nicely. And it's what's led to us seeing some incredible results in the TMT trading Discord. So to explain a little bit about what this is, we have our VIP. We've got a group where all the guys can talk in, speak to each other. Guys hitting 1 to 15 risk to reward ratio. Like this shit's crazy. Then you've got all the results from the boys. Every single day they're putting in the wins. The VIP signals, obviously, this is where a lot of the guys are making the money from. But what I think is more important than anything is actually the learning to it. If I can teach you a skill that you're going to be able to, have forever, and no one's ever going to be able to take away from you, that's much more powerful than me just giving you a signal and then you making a few quid off it. The longevity is you learn to trade, and that's what, we've got over 100 guys in here now. They're all learning to trade, and they're on their way, or some already are profitable traders. We've got some guys who are already getting payouts. These guys have started, many of them having no knowledge. They've learned a strategy, they've mastered the strategy, and now they're making money from it. It really is as simple as that. If you want to get in the Discord, I'll leave a link below. Drop me a message, see how we can help you. The NQ strategy is from this video right here. I highly suggest that you give that a watch. I'll link it in the description as well. Hope you found some value in this. Get out the Discord. God bless.